right. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Detectives Podcast.
This is Sherry.
And this is Chooks.
And today we're going to talk about the long-awaited CES, now virtual event in 2021.
Oh, okay. I actually thought we were talking about Farley.
We're going to talk about that too.
Okay.
But we're going to go over some of the things that we're kind of looking into that we're maybe looking forward to seeing or using in
I completely skipped
future.
over the whole CES. So what exactly happened? Because I used to follow up with CES, especially when it was in person, so I don't really know what's going on.
Yeah, so this year you still have like iJustine on that trail. You have MKBHD.
Of course, yeah.
But just doing some Googling today,
Yeah.
All the major TV companies, the brands like Samsung, LG, and Sony, they've all gone out and released their own massive like new updates on the TV. So now like I think LG has a new 88-inch TV. Like,
wow.
What's the size of your TV, Chooks?
I think we have a 65? Yeah, 65 inch.
And it's pretty massive. And that thing in the back weighs what, 50 pounds? Like that small stand weighs itself weighs 50 pounds.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy. So wait, an 88-inch TV?
Yes.
Is that the biggest?
That's the biggest. That's the biggest
TV ever?
Biggest TV to market.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really nice. How much is that? Do you know?
I don't know.
Oh, they probably haven't released like prices and things.
And
like
then
that
on the video, they were showing this clear screen.
Yeah.
So that right now, I think the ones that are really popular are the framed ones. You know, where it looks like you can put a picture over it.
Yeah.
Or like, put a picture in the TV.
Oh,
like
it kind of looks like a...
Yeah, where it looks like a painting.
A painting, yeah.
For
I've seen one of those.
But now they've come out with this new one where it's like a blank screen. Like it's a glass screen.
Yeah.
And when you turn it on, the image shows up. I have no idea how it works. I only saw a preview of it, so that looked really cool.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah. And I know
look. So I just realized, I just found out that a couple, I don't know which company is releasing smart masks.
Smart masks. Okay,
smart masks, yeah.
Yeah, that's the other thing on there.
That's crazy. I wonder what that's all about. And it has like Wi-Fi. Damn, what do you think masks are going to go?
Well, I mean, this one is saying that it's going to measure your air quality. Like, what are we going to do about air quality, It's like, sure, you wear the mask. Maybe if you wear the mask, you feel better about the air quality that you're getting in versus without a mask.
Yeah.
But it's like a cool contraption, like a neat idea, but will it have practical use? Maybe it's just like a little gimmick thing, like a cool trick.
I think definitely it is kind of a gimmick thing, and most people know that, but I don't know where masks are going in the future. I mean, I don't think... it doesn't matter what happens, I think masks will be part of, I guess, the day-to-day for most people, just like it is in all the, in a bunch of Asian countries where, if there's any if you feel sick, you wear a mask. But, I am seeing a lot of companies now, especially clothing lines, they are making them fashionable.
Yeah.
Right? There's matching outfits, there's ones to match your purse, I don't know how real these ones are, but there's Gucci, Louis Vuitton ones. I don't really know if they're actually...
I don't know if they're like on brand
or just people doing it on the side. But yeah, there's a lot of those, and it seems kind of par for the course for them to be smart masks. I just don't know what they're doing with it,
So, I know at my apartment, we have a air quality detector, and basically it uses a laser beam to burn particles and measure like the VOCs, the ppms, like parts per million.
God, why are people have money to spend on useless stuff?
So I'm assuming it's going to be something similar to that, but built into a mask. But it sounds like a doozy because like your mask is supposed to be reusable or like not reusable, or you have to put it in the wash to clean it. Yeah.
I honestly don't know where they're taking that.
Like a waste of use.
Yeah, but I mean it's pretty cool. I mean, what could they possibly do? You know what they could do though, but then it's not really. It takes away the whole idea of it being for health, for illness. It's like they can kind of hook it up with your Apple Watch or your Samsung Watch, where it kind of helps you, for athletes, kind of monitors their breathing, their lung capacity. Now, that's definitely a huge thing, because there are those masks that kind of make your breathing a little tougher. So if that can do that, where you can train your breathing, especially for swimmers, marathoners, that's actually something. I don't know if they have that. But those masks people wear that kind of make your breathing a little tough, hard to breathe? You don't know? You don't know? No, either way, yeah, there's a bunch of masks people usually wear them to like run, right? So they put on these masks and it makes the breathing a little tougher.
I've never heard of these.
You never?
I mean, I guess it's like ankle-weights, right?
Yeah, exactly, but it helps. So because it makes breathing a little tougher, especially when you do need to breathe, it makes it helps with lung capacity, which is very important, especially if you're an athlete, especially swimmers. That's a huge thing. So let me see, masks for workouts. God, what is it called?
On the other hand, for gamers, it's saying that Razer released a a clear plastic face mask with like LED lights built into it.
Face masks.
Yeah, face masks. But you know how you gamers have these like lit up keyboards with the RBG.
Oh, but they kind of do their emotion things on the mount.
Whoever knows, but lit up masks.
Oh my God, masks are really.
I mean, I could see that happening at raves, which aren't even happening.
Yeah, I mean, they've always had that. Ooh, Dell released one of their latest monitors, man. They killed the monitor game, especially for work monitors, but so not really gaming monitors. So I'm definitely going to check that out. I had to return my other one that was about the same price. And that's really cool. I'm checking out all their cool new products. Let me see. CES, latest.
And the one I posted about this morning is the GPS that has a augmented reality built into it. So like a GPS built into your car, right? And it'll tell you how to navigate with like actual visualization, like an arrow that tells you which road you need to be on. Because you know how sometimes people look at the GPS and they still manage to take the wrong exit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So this is something like that will help you like a fail-safe to make sure you're going the right direction. But it's really similar to how if you have like a newer model of a car, when you reverse, the camera pops up and they have these guided lines to help you make sure you're within bounds. It's something like that, right? But this is augmented reality where it detects your current current visualization.
Is it going to be a HUD?
A what?
Heads-up display. I guess as a non-gamer you don't get that. But is it going to be because you say augmented reality, which people are saying that's going to be more prevalent than virtual reality. For
sure.
So, are you saying that it's going to be displayed on the user's dashboard, how I mean it's
I would imagine that's how they would do it.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean,
or that, or to the
but
side
that's
console.
complicated. That would be. I mean, that's pretty tough, but that would be really cool because you're driving around and it literally has you can in your windshield you can see that this is the turn, not the next one. That's kind of weird. So that I can definitely see happening. I mean, I don't know if that's where they're going, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, given that if Google Maps is accurate enough, just using Google Maps as a comparison, then if they should be able to overlay that with the actual direction, right? Yeah. Using the geolocation with radar, whatever they use, to pinpoint your exact location.
Oh, yeah.
And then looking at the visuals of maybe lines and exits. I don't know.
Well, that's really cool.
I'm pretty sure they had to be partnering up with Google on this because I think Google is the number one out there in terms of maps, geolocation and maps.
That's really yeah. Also, you definitely know we're in the future when LG uses a virtual influencer to announce some of their products. I could not.
What is a virtual influencer?
So basically, they got some kind of virtual influencer as and the virtual influencer is the one that announces their new products and everything. I'm guessing it's kind of the whole idea. Everyone is staying online and it's virtual, so they thought it makes sense to have a virtual influencer. And that's
Okay,
really cool.
okay, I see them. They're showing off.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Showing
kind of
off.
cool because
LG's really putting it out a lot of stuff this year.
of course, I mean,
If you, I don't know if you've been like looking at the articles, but TVs, robots, like cleaning robots,
I mean,
this, and then also they're coming out with a refrigerator that makes spherical ice cubes, like you know the ones in like
wow.
your
We're really on
your
the
whiskey
future.
your whiskey
Yeah.
shots and.
Is it kind of like the clear ice cubes? Because those are
Yes,
the primo
I
ones.
think the clear ice
Like
cubes,
those ones are tough
but they're
to
the
make.
spherical ones that you put in whiskey.
Yeah. So are they clear? Because those ones, when they're clear, that means there's a lot less air, a lot less bubbles. So it doesn't water down the drink.
Maybe.
You know, so I
Who
don't
knows?
know. That's how.
But
That's
they're
really
getting really fancy. That means no more. I guess you won't have to go out and buy an extra fancy ice cube
Yeah.
maker holder.
It kind of makes sense how LG is kind of picking up pace because if you notice, right, if you know how the dynamic for cell phones and really a lot of products is, Samsung is the primary maker when it comes to displays, right? They have the best displays on the market. So Apple has to buy their displays from Samsung. Apple hates that. And that's kind of
for
the
their
argument.
phones.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's the biggest argument as to why their phones are expensive because they have to pay their competitor to literally. So it's really Apple really hates that. So what has Apple and Google done? Because both of them used to buy their because at the time Samsung was like the only one who had really OLED display. So both Google and Apple decided they need a competitor because again only Samsung. So they decided to actually kind of fund and partner up with LG. So that's how LG got the whole QLED system. So now that is kind of now competing with Samsung's OLED. So because they don't want to be they don't want to just have Samsung as a competitor. So they're funding them.
Yeah. LMNOPQ.
Yeah. So now LG is now coming out with a lot of products, and if you see, it's kind of I don't want to say it's kind of butting heads with Samsung. They got the fridge, they got the displays, they got the TVs. They're now producing great quality displays. So it's kind of cool, and to now see them really take charge coming at it, and so that definitely they probably would not be really on the mobile side.
I guess because they've kind of they already know their market.
Exactly.
But LG has really taken a step up because like if you think about it, like 5 years, 10 years ago, you wouldn't ever want to get an LG anything really.
I mean, I don't
maybe
know.
like a fridge, LG fridge. But I've never had like do they even make laptops? Never heard of like an LG phone. They were never really popular.
Yeah.
Their TVs were never really popular either.
TVs were okay.
They were okay, but it wasn't like Samsung. Like Samsung had a name for itself. Sony for a while had a name for itself.
Sony definitely still has a name for itself when it comes to.
But like the competitions are really tight right now. So
really
they kind of lost their title name.
Yeah.
But no, it seems like LG is kind of picking up their attention in this like new products field.
Yeah. And that's really cool. Wow, there's a weird little petite cubo.
Petite cubo.
It's like a anthropomorphic cat with no head. It's weird.
Why does that sound? Why does cubo sound familiar? Is that from like a TV show?
And then there's bio button, a sticker to detect COVID symptoms. I feel like I don't know. I think all these things are really almost marketing strategies. Because CES, one thing with CES, right? They always announce outrageous products. In fact, Nvidia's, or is it Alien? It might be the same company. I don't know. But they're always known to do the most outrageous thing. Like maybe they'll make a laptop that beats almost any PC on the market, and clearly no one can even speculate what price that would be. So they don't, CES is really fun because you see all these products that could be. Mm-hmm. And so I don't know how many of these things will actually come to market.
True. But,
because again, there's a lot of things that have been shown that have been really interesting over the years that, never really actually came to fruition. But sometimes an offshoot might, or like recently, I don't know who it was, Razer, who actually brought out the laptop that they said they were going to do. That was crazy. But who knows?
There goes the ice maker. I don't know if anyone can hear that.
Yeah.
And the final thing that they brought up which huge excitement for me, is the Moft brand. So they have
Moft brand? What's
Moft, M-O-F-T, are laptop sleeves.
Oh!
So I discovered them on Indiegogo a while back, maybe like last year.
Oh, that's cool.
And I bought their, I guess they were their pre-sales for the laptop sleeves, but they were like a laptop sleeve 2-in-1 because they're also a laptop stand.
Mm-hmm.
Both Cheeks and I have it,
Yeah.
and we're so excited to see them
Shout out Sherry.
at CES.
She got me one for Christmas. Oh, that's really cool. And so is it like different products or?
Different products. So they have the Apple's, or not the Apple, the phone stands for like iPhones and whatnot. I mean, any phone really, because it's supposed to like go on the back of your phone. And the difference between that and a pop socket is that these things can lift up your phone like
prop it up
a few inches above.
That is TikTok market. Because most people, I don't really know how people do TikTok, but I've seen some videos of where people have a stand, or they try to prop it up. Having something that kind of just is on your phone and stands up your phone, that's money right there.
Yeah, and it's really thin. Like, the sleeve.
I love their designs.
The sleeves are thin.
It's
and it follows like an origami kind of.
Yeah, it's very light, and it's actually very sturdy too. You know, I love the designs. I think it's a well done product. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot more for CES. There's a lot of crazy.
We'll see what shows up this year.
Yeah,
or
definitely.
next year.
Yeah.
But on to some juicier topics.
Yeah, I guess the craziest topic on the internet right now, Parler and AWS.
AWS and Twitter, but yeah, this is very important in the tech industry and just digital products in general that are.
Sherry promised me that I should not get political, so I will do my best. But I guess for those who do not know, all these things started off kind of around, of course, the whole raid on the Capitol. And after that, Trump was banned off of
so some of his
Twitter.
tweets were removed. And then eventually it was Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Twitter, made an announcement that he had taken just completely banned Trump on Twitter.
So
temporarily suspended his account.
Okay, so the latest update on everything is now that Parler is suing AWS. So I don't know what you have to say about that.
So the thing that we're trying to point out is that there are some ethical dilemmas in terms of technology. Online software services and maybe even the use of their power, because you cannot deny that they have a lot of leverage in their existence in the company itself. Like, they've been able to get away from the government for so long until recently. Now they're under like scrutiny of the government, right? But it's just like these.